today. Welcome to the 7th MedResults Network webinar in our educational webinar series. I'm Jamie Parrott, President of MedResults Network. And as always, I want to thank you all for taking time out of your day to attend this presentation. We appreciate your continued support of both MedResults and our partners. As many of you already know, at the beginning of our webinars, I always spend a bit of time explaining why we started this educational webinar series. We're hoping that eventually these webinars will become an additional source of valuable information for our members, and as we continue forward with these presentations, we're doing our best to record them and also post them to our website. So right now we have a couple webinars, past webinars that are actually posted on our site, but ultimately our goal is to post more and hopefully help you to become more educated and more successful in this industry. A quick and exciting announcement for all of our members. Every quarter we get really excited at MedResults to be able to issue checks to our members, and I think the best part about my job is when I finally get to send rebate checks to our members to show that membership in MedResults really pays off. So in the past 2 weeks, we issued over $200,000 in cash rebates, which is really exciting for us and hopefully for our members. If you purchased any MERS fillers, Radiesse or Bellatero, or some skincare last year, you may have been eligible for any one of our rebates, so please keep an eye on your mail. As I mentioned, this is our 7th educational webinar since November 6th last year, and both today's presentation and our next webinar on the 19th of March will be focused more on technology and how you can use it to grow your practice. Our partner, Michelle Perroton, is the Business Development Manager for DemandForce. She's going to be going over some key points today on how you can grow your patient base through the proper management of your online reputation. We all know that it's really no surprise when a negative review is posted online about a business, as most of the patients who've had poor outcomes or extreme expectations are more willing to share their feedback than probably those who've had excellent experiences. So we're fortunate that Michelle's also going to be explaining how to navigate through these types of reviews to turn negative comments into positives for both you and your business. Although you guys all saw this in the invitation to join today's webinar, I think it's important to mention that over 100 of our members are using Michelle's company DemandForce for these types of services. After the end of the presentation, if you do have questions or feedback, please feel free to reach out to me directly. And without further ado, I would like to introduce Michelle.
Jamie, thank you so much. And welcome, everyone. I'm very excited to have the opportunity to speak to you today about such an important topic in maintaining the health of your small business. We're going to move right along here and pass through the introduction here, and really what are we going to talk about today? I think the key of today's presentation is that you walk away with an understanding of what your online reputation means and where you should be focusing your energy when we talk about your online reputation, how your patients can actually help you extend their word of mouth out onto the web and get you new patients into the practice. And really, I want you to walk away with a few action items that you can enlist today to help grow your online reputation. And finally, we'll finish up with an exciting new feature from DemandForce, just to give you some insight into the innovation that's happening out on the web. So really, I wanted to start talking about what your online reputation is. So there was a day and time where, as a business owner, you really needed to only focus on what was going on inside your business, the service you were giving your clients and patients, you know, the great things that you were doing there at the practice. Unfortunately, today, that's just not enough. The plain fact of the matter is that you have a reputation not only inside your business, but also online. So quickly, I wanted to go through what does that really mean and what does your practice look like when we talk about an online reputation. It's comprised of a few things, and so when we talk about your online reputation, we're thinking about things online like reviews, the information that you can find about your business online, any special affiliations, endorsements that you may have at the business. It's also comprised of your social media presence. So are you using sites like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, LinkedIn? And then really looking at your entire web presence. So when a consumer or a potential new client finds you online, how do you appear? Do you look personable and professional? Do you take feedback? Can they get a hold of you? I think, that's a really important one. We need to make sure that as small business owners, you're ready and able to be connected with and communicated with online. So you might be thinking, why does it matter? Why is this important? Why do I need to care about my online reputation of my business? Really what it comes down to is consumers are getting more and more savvy as time passes. Right now, every consumer, for the most part, is looking online to understand businesses or find new services. And unfortunately, only 6% of those consumers actually trust advertising. Only 8% actually trust what the business is publishing about their website. It's really just not enough anymore. When we look further, we find that 87% of consumers actually see more trust and feel more confident in the online reviews that they read, either from families or professionals or other consumers online. And then when you ask those consumers, would they make a purchase after having seen a review about a business? 97% of them say yes. So you may think of an example of when you yourself have received a recommendation about a business, maybe from a friend or a family member. I know for myself, the next thing I'll do after that recommendation is go online and search about that business to really see if my friend or family member's recommendation holds up when I look at their presence online. So I wanted to start quickly with a quick poll question and have you think about the last time that you looked at your practice online. Was it last week, last month, within the last year, or are you on the other end of the phone scratching your head thinking, what the heck is Michelle talking about? So really, go ahead and answer the poll and let me know when the last time was that you actually took a look at your business online as a consumer, if you know what that means. I'll give you guys a second to go ahead and dial in your answer there. But really, this is a practice that if you haven't done it, if you're answering D, hopefully by the end of this session today, you'll see value in why you should be going out to the web and searching for your business just like a consumer would so you can see how you appear. The main mistake that I see small businesses make is not taking enough time to actually understand how they look to consumers online. It's changing on a constant basis, and you as a business owner need to understand that your number one asset is out there on the web, and you want to make sure that it reflects the actual great business that you have right there in your practice. So Jamie, did we get some responses in? Do we see how this is shaking up?
We did. I've just looking at the results right now, it looks like about 58% of you said last week and 42% said last month. So well done. It looks like you guys are looking at your practices online here.
Awesome. I'm so excited to hear that. So what that tells me is that we've got a savvy bunch of businesses on the other end of the line here. So thanks so much. So the great news is you guys are already actually taking advantage of making sure that you know what's going on with your business online. So let's see if we can help you take that to the next level. So when we think about your reputation online and specifically where you should focus your time, this gives you an idea of where consumers are finding those reviews about businesses. I think there's no surprise here that the number one site with the most unique users each month is Google. We know that that's where most consumers go to find out about small businesses, to search for new products, and really, go to the web for answers. And then you also see there the big kahuna, Facebook. We know that that's where our clients are, and it's important for us to have a presence on Facebook. And you can see there's a few others here that are definitely worth focusing on. But my recommendation with this is if you were going to do anything and really focus your time, let's focus on those big 3 or 4 at the top of the list and get the most eyes online for the effort that you're going to put into your online reputation. And so what do reviews do for you in terms of consumer searching on the web? So here's an example of City Search. It's a local business directory where consumers can go to find small businesses in your area. And if you remember from the previous slide, it's not on the top, but it's definitely not on the bottom. They definitely have a fair amount of consumer eyes that are going to them to look for this type of information. One thing that you'll notice with this business example is that great substantial amount of reviews. So you can see that in searching for a business, this gives a consumer a lot to go off of when they're looking at a new business. Now here's an example of Big. This is the fourth largest in terms of consumer traffic. And again, if I was looking for a dentist, for example, in Michigan, my eye is immediately drawn to that dentist that has 619 reviews. So you can see for a consumer who's searching for a business online how reviews can dramatically impact the way that their searching happens. And lastly, let's think about a more relevant example. You know, if I'm looking for a medical spa right here in my backyard in San Francisco, what does it look like when I search on Google? And who am I probably going to spend some time researching and learning about and maybe even visiting? Probably the one that has the reviews that's sitting on top of my search results. So as you can see, reviews can significantly help with your searchability as well as your credibility to the consumer online. Now, I know you're thinking, you know, geez, how can I keep hold of all this and what's really most important? When you think about reviews, I want you to think about 5 key things. Reviews online become really interesting and exciting for a business when we're looking at a high volume of reviews, right? Now, there's some important things to think about in addition to volume. You don't want just a lot of reviews, but you also want to have a nice steady velocity. So if I go to a business listing online and I see that they only have, you know, reviews from 2 years ago, that might make me question the credibility of those reviews. Think about, you know, if something has changed with the business or if there's something that I'm not understanding. Obviously, the sentiment of the reviews is very important, right? We want to make sure that the overall sentiment is positive. And I'll go into in a second how to handle some of those not so positive reviews because they happen, right? But overall, consumers are looking for just a general sentiment. So it's okay if you have some less than favorable reviews if the overall sentiment is positive. Again, there's that recency thought. We want to make sure that, you know, the reviews are current and they're coming in you know, today's time, not things from you know, long ago and maybe not reflective of today's business. And the last is keywords. So we want to make sure that your reviews are rich in keywords and they're actually identifying things that you yourself want people to be searching for in relation to your business. So if you're doing services like Botox or Juvederm, we want those things to appear in your reviews. As I mentioned, you know, negative reviews or less than favorable reviews are okay. The important thing is to know how to deal with it and have a plan of action. So the first thing that you want to do is determine if the review is accurate. From there, you want to actually acknowledge those reviews and respond. On every review site out there, you have the ability to add business comments. And the reason that this is important is new potential patients can actually see how you're responding to those reviews and responding to that feedback. It's important not to be defensive. You want to make sure that you're coming across real and genuine. And again, I want to impress that it's okay if every review about your practice online isn't 5 stars. Sometimes having, you know, 1, 2, 3-star review can make those other great reviews stand out and seem more plausible to consumers online. So now let's talk about what you can do today. Let's get into the action here. The first thing I'm going to recommend that you do is, if you haven't already, claim your page on Google+, Facebook, and Yelp. Again, there's many sites that you can do this on, but my recommendation is to start with the 3 guys that have the most consumer eyes for you. So again, you're getting the most impact for the time spent. It's a very easy process to go to each of these sites and ensure that your page is claimed. Again, you can start by just going to the web, searching for your practice, and taking it from there. But given the results of our earlier poll, it sounds like you guys are already taking charge, and hopefully this will be an easy step for you. The second is to start collecting that feedback. Don't be afraid to ask for it. Really what we want to do is take your clients that are coming in to see you, your patients that are coming into the business on a regular basis, and we want to actually extend that out to the web. The easiest way to do this is to collect those reviews right after they visit, because then their great service that they just had or their great treatment is still fresh in their mind. There's a variety of ways that you can do this. It could be from a simple thank you email directing them to give you some feedback post-visit. The third step is to be responsive. Now that you have this great feedback coming in, let's make sure it's not going to waste. Make sure that you're always reading the feedback that they're giving you. You can find some great areas of opportunity in your business, or even find great things that are wins and successes that you can share with the practitioners in your business. Also, you want to make sure that you're responding to that feedback in a timely fashion. So this can be done in a variety of ways. It could be responding directly to the patient. You could be making that comment online, but it's very important to make sure that you're not only listening, actioning on, but also responding to that feedback. Again, this is a positive for your online reputation because you're able to help enhance your reputation online through your feedback to the reviews that you're receiving. A little bit about how DemandForce handles this. Really, the DemandForce way is that we think that your reputation is an asset that you should own. You're putting this effort in to getting this great feedback from your clients, so you should actually have that asset and be able to keep it as your own. The way that we do this is through our thank you email process. When we send a thank you email out to your clients, automatically after they visit, we're going to collect that feedback and actually syndicate it out to a variety of sites across the web, including Facebook, Google, and even your business website. So you own the asset of your reviews and feedback, and we're just helping you publish it across the web. From there, it actually helps turn your reviews into new patients, because now you'll actually have the opportunity to accept appointments right from those sites where your reviews are being syndicated. Other ways that you can tackle this is to direct them directly to those third-party review sites that we've been talking about. What that means, though, is that one review from one customer is going to end up on one site. And I think you guys know the downside to that. Although you're getting that great feedback out on the web, it's limited to just that one site. So there is a benefit to be able to collect them in one fashion and actually syndicate them to a variety of sources on the web. So let's go ahead and take another quick poll question. Transitioning here, I would like for you guys to tell me how much of your shopping this year did you actually go ahead and research beforehand online? Did you do any shopping research? Did you do all of it online? Did you go to look for new products? Did you try to figure out what your siblings, spouses, friends wanted for the holidays online? I'll give you guys a couple seconds here to get those answers in, and then we'll go to Jamie and see if we had any responses come in on this one. We'll see how much you guys are actually going out to the web yourself as consumers.
Well, the results are still coming in, but it looks like 55% of you said mostly online, 27% said some online, and we have about an even 9 or 10% between all of it and none. So, and I think mostly online is probably the majority. It's growing a little bit. So
awesome. Okay, I'm curious to find out who said none. That's what's a savvy shopper out there if you're not having to do any research? That means maybe you know your friends and family very well. But the fact of the matter, and thanks for those results, Jamie, is, you know, today we all have these little computer devices that we walk around with. They're called our cell phones. So not only are we limited to a computer back in our office or at our home, we actually have a mobile computer with us every day. And now it's even beyond cell phones. We've got tablets. So there's a variety of ways that consumers can get online. And what that means is consumers are looking for and finding products online. So again, it's very important for your business to be searchable and easy to access online. One of the new things that we're doing with DemandForce here in 2015 is helping make it really easy for consumers to connect with businesses when they're doing that research online. So here's an example from Yelp. With Yelp, we have a new feature called online booking. And what this does is allow a consumer who's maybe looking for a new business online to take action and actually book an appointment right directly from that Yelp page. The reason that this is exciting and important is that you guys said it yourself, you're researching for new products or new offerings online. So when you're doing that, let's make it really easy to capture that and turn it into an appointment for your business. The great thing that we've seen with this feature so far is it's driving 98% of the requests are from new customers to the business. And now really quickly, before we wrap up and take questions, I'd like to give you just a quick overview of how DemandForce works and how DemandForce can help extend your reputation online. Really, we focus on 3 key areas to help businesses grow and achieve success: communication, reputation, which we've talked about today, and local marketing in their area. The way that DemandForce works is we actually sync with your existing practice management system, so whatever you're using there to manage the business, and actually take that great information and help communicate with your patients automatically. We are HIPAA compliant, automated, so it's really a set and forget tool that you can use to help stay in communication with your patients and help keep them coming back and also find new patients by way of things like our We Miss You messaging, referral system, and then also these reputation tools that we talked about online. If this is interesting to you and you want to learn more about this topic or about DemandForce, I'd encourage you to visit demandforce.com/MedResults. Maybe that's a /MedResults. And you'll receive a great special. Your first month of service with DemandForce is free, and that's exclusively for MedResults members. So again, if you're interested in talking more about your online reputation or learning about the DemandForce solution, please follow that link, demandforce.com/MedResults. And now I'd like to open it up to any questions and say thank you again for your time today to learn about your online reputation and how you can take it to the next level.
Okay, thank you so much, Michelle. We genuinely appreciate you putting on the presentation for us. And to all of our attendees, there will be a very, very short survey, 3 questions as soon as you close out the webinar. And it's going to ask if you have questions or if you're interested in learning a little bit more about DemandForce. That's probably the most efficient way that you can reach out to us directly and ask questions. And we will certainly connect you with Michelle directly. So thank you again to all of our attendees. Thank you, Michelle. This has been fantastic. And we look forward to hearing from all of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.